20 PS4 games have just received their Playscores this April 2018. The Playscore is a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. When a game only reaches the minimum requirement of critic or gamer reviews, it receives a provisional Playscore. Galgun 2. Indie Creates follows up their Galgun success with a spanking full-frontal sequel. Catering to a market obsessed with cute anime waifus, Galguns 2 combines on-rail shooting with the gratifications of saving little girls from the depravities of demonic possession. But while being loved up by anime girls is as satisfying as ever, the rest of its features sadly add nothing to the table. It has a provisional Playscore of 5.92. Extinction. One of the promising open-world titles from Iron Galaxy, Extinction just couldn't deliver according to expectations. While it enticed us with their gigantic ogres and fierce-looking trolls, it seems to have had a run-in with the usual pitfalls of the open-world genre, sparse and repetitive. With precious little content in its unmistakably vast world, fans just didn't feel it was worth the $60 price point. It has a Playscore of 6.03. Time Carnage. Go on a time-bending rampage against waves of zombies and robots in this virtual reality game from Wales Interactive. It's a stationary shooting gallery of inhuman sorts as you try to survive its endless hordes of murderous adversaries. Putting on a solid performance in terms of shooting, technicalities, and design, it's not exactly a standout title despite its quirky premise. Still, it's a competent title for some arcade shooting action. It has a provisional Playscore of 6.08. INFERNIUM. An action-adventure game that challenges you to scale the borders between life and death. Like a video game adaptation of Dante's Inferno, Carlos Coronado gives you a tour of the dismal underworld as he unfolds a non-linear narrative in fiery prisons without bars. Presenting a welcome change in setting and storytelling techniques, its story unfortunately didn't translate too well with its audiences. For many, it felt too much like a confusing mess that leaves you threading its jumbled-up plot. It has a provisional Playscore of 6.42. Island Time VR. Like a hybrid of Castaway and Little Mermaid, this charming VR title challenges you to survive in a remote island together with its sentient crab mascot. Using your wit and imagination, come up with ingenious inventions to make your unexpected tropical vacation a cozier one. Hang out with a cool and friendly Carl the Crab and give in to the game's addicting sense of accomplishment. Although it's a fun game to spend an afternoon on, it still has the repetitiveness and tracking limitations of some PSVR titles. It has a provisional Playscore of 6.56. Crisis on the Planet of the Apes. Set against a backdrop of the growing outbreak, put yourself in the shoes of our simian brothers and fight for your life in the apocalyptic world. It's a VR experience that pits you against human captors for your race's survival. Other than its relevant premise, in the wake of the latest Planet of the Apes film, this video game adaptation is a little disappointing. Haunted by buggy controls, poor voice acting, and repetitive gameplay, it has a Playscore of 6.82. Impact Winter. Feel the cold of winter in this new post-apocalyptic survival game. Stuck in the middle of an icy nowhere, a mysterious radio transmission offers hope of rescue. But it'll be 30 days till then. As Jacob Solomon, a man weary of the freezing wasteland, your job is to keep your group of survivors alive. Combine your skills to scavenge food and provide needed warmth. That is, if you can deal with their buggy AI. With reports detailing the game's many bugs and crashes, it has a provisional Playscore of 6.86. Super Daryl Deluxe. A Metroidvania adventure that lets you relive high school in the halls of Waterfalls High. It's an offbeat story-driven action game rendered with satisfying 2D cartoon violence. Like Napoleon Dynamite meets Scott Pilgrim, take on the exaggerated villains of high school life and uncover a 15-hour story packed with hidden hallways and over-the-top hilarity. Though fun and stylish, Super Daryl is unfortunately wrought with lengthy side quests that bloat an otherwise fun game. It has a provisional Playscore of 6.88. Regalia of Men and Monarchs Royal Edition. While most prefer to wallow in the nostalgia of old-style JRPGs, Regalia chooses to level it up, bringing us a refreshing blend of old and new styles. Play as a party of noble knights and warriors and help them bring back the glory of a fallen kingdom. Battle it out with its tactical turn-based battles and conquer the land one quest at a time. A promising title that's a little rough around the edges, it has a provisional Playscore of 7.02. Masters of Anima. An action-packed strategy RPG from Past Tech Games. This original adventure takes you deep into the world of Spark. Save your fiancé in this magical world and battle against forces of evil in frenzied tactical encounters. Find harmony in the chaos as you manage an army of over 100 units. Using the power of Anima, summon an array of powerful guardians and use their powers to guide you to victory. It has a provisional Playscore of 7.13. Rogue Aces. Make air supremacy your best friend in this arcade action shooter from Infinite State Games. Liberate islands and face fierce foes with only 1 life and 3 planes. Jump in the cockpit and maneuver your plane to take down waves and waves of enemies. It receives a provisional Playscore of 7.29. Rick and Morty Virtual Rick-ality. Originally released for the Oculus and HTC Vive, Rick and Morty's virtual reality title finally makes its way to the PlayStation VR. Step into the shoes of the 2 ragtag dimension hoppers and experience their hilarious sciencey shenanigans firsthand. Solve puzzles, complete missions, or just bask in the absurd realities of whatever dimension you're in. Become the Rickest Rick and the Mortiest Morty in a VR experience that's packed with the series' signature irreverence. It has a play score of 7.43. Don't Starve Megapack. This open-world survival game inspired by the rough shades of German expressionism has been a staple title since its release in 2013. Boasting not only stylish 2D visuals but also expertly designed mechanics and audio that brings its macabre atmosphere full circle. Now, with this brand new Mega Pack, you'll get the definitive Don't Starve experience. Coming complete with Don't Starve Together, Giant Edition, and the Shipwreck DLC, you'll be able to play with friends, prepare for giant encounters, or brace yourself for the tropical climes. It has a provisional play score of 7.67. The Swords of Ditto. A Devolver Digital release, 1-Bit Beyond's latest title is a unique take on the roguelike genre. Sporting the same procedurally generated permadeath, it manages to dress it up into something palatable for all of its audiences. Go on micro-adventures as one brave warrior and come back as an heir to their legacy in a brand new world. While not as fast-paced as most, it's a charming and colorful roguelike experience with a local co-op to boot. Become the noblest adventurer in the world of Ditto with a play score of 8. Call of Duty World War II: The War Machine. Call of Duty World War II's second expansion is a mixed bag with fancy new content in their multiplayer maps and Easter egg challenges. Rejoin the Allied forces as they fight against the Axis invasion in iconic locations like Egypt, Dunkirk, and more. Along with these is an unexpected twist on the historical in their exciting Zombies chapter. Scoring a victory for Allied powers, it has a provisional play score of 8.06. Minute. Live your fullest lives in 60 seconds in one of the most inspired indie releases this month. With veteran developers combining forces with Devolver Digital, Minute takes you out of the comforts of home to go on peculiar minute-long adventures in the pixel land of monochrome. Make the most of your time and try out this retro RPG with a play score of 8.47. Yakuza 6: The Song of Life. Things are getting heated in Yakuza's fictional open-world Japan with the return of their smoldering poster boy, Kiryu Kazuma. The 7th main entry in the acclaimed action-adventure game, there's more arcade goodness and over-the-top combat to look forward to. A worthy final chapter to one of fiction's most well-rounded criminals, it has a play score of 8.74. Project Nimbus: Code Mirai. Bask in the sounds of metal against metal in this crowdfunded mecha game from the GameCrafter team. Set in a post-apocalypse ruled by war, pilot your very own battle frame and take to the skies to defend the world against hostile armies. Fly around the purple skies and use every weapon in your arsenal to take down colossal mechs. With high-speed mecha battles and a collection of complex bosses, it has a provisional play score of 8.83. The King of Fighters 97 Global Match. SNK's modern revival of their 1997 3v3 fighting game might have had a lukewarm welcome on the PC, but it seems to feel more at home on the PlayStation 4. Get your dose of 90s nostalgia with the Orochi story arc and 6 secret characters from the Neo Geo days. Fight against other players online and relive the glory of the arcade days together. It has a provisional play score of 8.91. God of War. Of course, don't think we forgot. After more than a year's worth of waiting, this newest chapter in Kratos' adventures has exceeded all expectations. In it, Greek and Nordic myths collide as we see the usual brutal personification of strength soften himself to fit the role of father to his boy, Atreus. Paint with the brushstrokes of their reworked combat system and tear the 9 realms and the competition while you're at it using his new Leviathan axe. Unfolding a journey for father and son, it's not just the most technically impressive title yet, it's also a step up for storytelling as we bear witness to the infamous strongman blossoming into maturity. Nothing short of a masterpiece, it has a Playscore of 9.55. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.